But it is now 5:31. Jean Cruguet, who has just won 2 races before this, the middle jewel of the Phillies Triple Crown, the Mother Goose, aboard a 40-to-1 shot, trained by John Campo, who before the Derby said John could make too many mistakes in 2 minutes aboard a horse. So it has been quite a day already for this young Frenchman, who won the first race here today, and the big one on a 40-to-1 shot, the Mother Goose. So he is waiting there with Mrs. Sally Little and Karen Taylor and Mickey Taylor, as everybody is waiting for their charge to come. And now, we believe, coming through the crowd comes the star of the day, making a late arrival, as all celebrities are entitled to do once in a while. Seattle Slew, and we'll take you back there, Frank. Has he come into your view yet? How does he look?
Jack, I've seen him at a distance. You hear the crowd react to him, and he's a little stirred up from what I can see. He'll be right here in front of our camera here in a moment. They'll have to put the tack on rather quickly. I probably won't want to interrupt Billy Turner because he's going to have to get it on and get out of here. He looks like he's a little stirred up, as is his lead pony, as a matter of fact. You see the trotting step, and this roar of the crowd won't help him a great deal if he has stirred up a bit. Here he walks into here, tall, very sturdy groom, an experienced man you like to have on a horse like that. That's his regular exercise rider, Mike Kennedy, who's also assistant trainer. The tall young man, Billy Turner, on this side. And as I predicted, a quick placement of the tack. On his head, you will notice an unusual piece of equipment. It's an Australian overcheck or bit holder, and it holds the bit against the roof of the mouth and prevents the horse from getting his tongue over the bit. Right now, though, Jack, this horse is not wet. That would be the telltale sign of real difficulty. He's certainly alert. You can see the pick, and some of the other horses, Jack, after having been here so long, are beginning to stir up a little bit. And of course, in trying to keep them quiet, their trainers keep them moving. They're allowed to do that. And the groom, his pacifying efforts, you see him with the familiar hand. He's lived with this horse for how many months or years, and he's trying to quiet him, even covering his eye so that he won't be stirred up by what he sees. Now, Billy Turner is tightening the first girth. There are 2 girths that go on these horses, a regular girth that you're used to seeing on a riding saddle, and an overgirth, an extra secure elastic that goes entirely over the saddle and down underneath the horse's stomach. Jack Whitaker, he is standing still quietly, Mike Kennedy on one side of him, Billy Turner putting the tack on him, and in front of him, Mr. Red Wing, to kind of keep him company, walking by him. I would say, from what I saw of other paddock appearances of Seattle Slew, this is rather good. He has not turned telltale wet, and now he is resenting, I think, the crowd shouting 20 or 30 feet in his face, and sometimes horses react to that second girth that I'm telling you about. And Billy Turner reaches down to tighten it. Sometimes they resist just a little bit. Now, that stretch you see there was to pull the elastic free from the skin. And Phyllis, George, I hope you're getting a view of Seattle Slew.
Well, Frank, it looks like I'm the lucky one today. I got to talk to the wives. Now I get to talk to these fine-looking men. The question is, what's going on? What was wrong with Slew?
There's so many cars parked in the backside that in barn 54 were probably a half a mile away. And they came one direction, they couldn't get through, so they had to back up and come around another way. So that's what the reason it's taken so long to get here.
You know, I was up to the winner's circle, and they called me back and said, Slew's not out. And I thought, Dr. Hill, what's wrong? Is he healthy?
Oh, he's in great shape. He walked into the paddock relaxed, on his toes, but he's nice and calm. There's no evidence of breaking out, and I think he's going to put in a real good performance today.
His owners are the only ones that are nervous today, huh?
We're a little bit nervous. But, you know, Slew, we let Slew do the talking for us, so he'll run well.
And Cruguet is in good shape.
Yeah, he's already won 1 stake today, so he's in super shape.
And the time didn't bother him at all?
Not at all. I think it's just fine.
Okay, I think we're in great shape here, and I think the horses are ready to go out, and so are you all. We'll see you out at the track. Good luck. And now let's go to Jack Whitaker.
All right, thank you very much. The horses are all here now. The Seattle Slew having to take a detour and become 5 or 6 minutes late in arriving at the paddock to give a little pre-race excitement. There he is, and looking a little bit fractious at the moment. Number 5, Seattle Slew, and Jean Cruguet coming up behind with trainer Bill Turner Jr. Well, that tells you the story. He is the only horse to come into the Belmont Stakes with a chance to win the Triple Crown undefeated. 8 starts, 8 victories. And there goes the sign for Riders Up. 6 minutes late. But we do indeed have riders up here for this 109th running of the Belmont Stakes. They'll make the walk up the hill, through the tunnel, onto the track, the post parade, a little warm-up, and then the race will be underway. Jean Cruguet aboard Seattle Slew. He's finally got a big horse. He had Hoist the Flag, a very promising 3-year-old who looked like a authentic Triple Crown candidate, and Hoist the Flag broke down before he got to the Derby. Jean Cruguet went to France and had a great horse named Sansan. But Jean Cruguet broke his arm a week before the Arc de Triomphe. But he's kept Seattle Slew through all 8 races against a lot of criticism. And here he comes out today to do what no one else has ever done. He'll be a Triple Crown winner and undefeated at the same time. They'll circle around the paddock here, that marvelous old pine tree. And I have never seen a crowd like that in the paddock here at Belmont. And the crowd outside here in the grandstands getting restless now. They know something's afoot. There they are, all piled down here around the aisle, the tunnel that leads under the grandstand, waiting to get their first glimpse of this horse, who has attracted 70,000 people here to Belmont Park this afternoon. So there it is, rider and horse together. Seattle Slew a little bit upset. And we'll know the whole story in a few moments. There they are, leaving the paddock and entering the tunnel that takes them out here on this track, still listed as muddy, but drying out by the moment, and not nearly as muddy as it's been the last 2 days. The bugler, Sam Casso. Listen to this crowd, and wait till you hear them when they get a glimpse of number 5, Seattle Slew.
Here is the field. Number 1A.
All right.
Owned by Elmont.
First 2 horses out. Here comes the number 3 horse and the number 4. And in just a moment, Seattle Slew will make his appearance. Here he is. Return to the 109th running of the Belmont Stakes after this word from your local station. Parade number 1A is Elmendorf Farms Make Amends, trained by Johnny Campo and ridden by Ron Turcotte. 50-1. Number 2, second in the Derby, third in the Preakness, Run Dusty Run, owned by Golden Chance Farm, trained by Smiley Adams, and a new jockey on him, Sandy Hawley. His odds, as you see, second favorite. Number 3, Iron Constitution, owned by Harry T. Mangurian Jr., trained by Tommy Root Jr., ridden by Angel Cordero Jr. Odds 6-1. Number 4 is Sir, owned by Louis A. Navis, and trained by Luis Asperura, ridden by Ruben Hernandez. And number 5, Seattle Slew, owned by Karen L. Taylor, trained by Bill Turner Jr., ridden by Jean Cruguet. He is 2-5. Number 7, Sanhedrin, third in the Derby, second in the Peter Pan, Darby Dan Farm, trained by Lou Rondinello, ridden by Jorge Velasquez. And number 8, John L. Greer's Mr. Red Wing, trained by Leroy Jolly, ridden by Jacinto Vasquez, the rider of Ruffian. Number 9, Meadow Stable Spirit Level, trained by Steve DeMoro and ridden by Antonio Grail. That's the field as East Side, West Side, the official song of the Belmont Stakes, plays in the background. 8 horses, and we'll be back in a moment.
Because these horses are all quiet, a tribute to New York's good paddock area, and especially Seattle Slew. He's anxious and alert, but no distressing telltale signs of lather. I would think, from what knowledge I have, this is the quietest he's gone to the post in some time. It should be a harbinger of good things for him, because any temperamental speed horse loses something when he gets over-anxious in the post parade. You'll notice he's accompanied by a stable pony, as most American horses are. The factor because our riders are so small and reduced, even though all of these colts today in this race carry 126 pounds. And as he comes to you now, Look at him, a fine-looking thoroughbred, anxious enough to compete, but not distressing himself, not weakening himself. Just a teeny little bit of understandable lather under the reins on his neck. Turns his head to acknowledge the cheers of the crowd as he goes by. But all in all, I would say, the way I would want him if I were lucky enough to train him, he looks like $1 million, and he is not unduly upset. There he breaks into a little gallop now. The crowd will appreciate that. Beginning to be a little lather between the hind legs, but he'll have to warm up some. He can't walk all the way to the post. He'll have to loosen up, and Krugay has. And there he goes away by the 8th pole now, getting his little warm-up as they approach the gate. Well, my selection in this particular instance has got to be Seattle Slew, Run Dusty Run second, and the fast-closing Iron Constitution I picked for third. And how about the next selector from CBS?
All right, thank you, Frank, for your predictions, and now we'll get them from our other colleagues. Haywood Hale Broun.
Defying the probabilities, I boldly cry Sanhedrin.
A very simple Seattle Slew all the way.
Easy by 5 lengths, Seattle Slew.
All right, Woody, Sanhedrin first. Who's second?
So I'll let Seattle Slew come in a good close second.
All right, thank you very much. There we are, Woody Broun, the only demurrer here. And the CBS prediction consensus is Seattle Slew, Run Dusty Run, and Iron Constitution.
With him.
And there he is. As the horses now cutting down their warm-up time a little bit because of the late arrival here on the track. And they're getting ready.
Horse is moving into the gate. Everything going in good order, and here's the big horse, Seattle Slew. He's on his way right now, and as Frank told you earlier, he looks fine going into the starting gate. Jean Krugay had some thoughts about this horse.
You know, settle down, relax, and we have somebody with me in the gate, and he know the horse. He take care of him on the champagne. He did a good job, and he just make sure pat him and keep him quiet. And soon he come out, he just make sure he goes straight, his head straight, and then after that, the horse be on his way.
They're all in. We're waiting for a start, and they're off. All the lead on the inside now. Seattle Slew goes for the lead. He has the lead as they move through the stretch. Up on the outside, it's Sanhedrin. Along the inside, Run Dusty Run. On the extreme outside, Spirit Level is moving up. They move for the first turn with Spirit Level on the extreme outside, and Seattle Slew along the rail. Then it's Run Dusty Run alongside Sanhedrin, followed by Mr. Red Wing, then Make Amends, Sir, and Iron Constitution. They're moving on the turn. Seattle Slew by a half length. Spirit Level is second by 2. Run Dusty Run is third by a half. Sanhedrin is fourth by 2.5. Then Mr. Red Wing is fifth by 3 lengths. Make Amends is alongside Sir, and the final horse is Iron Constitution. They've gone the first quarter of a mile, 24 3.5 and 48 2 with Seattle Slew now to receive a challenge on the outside. It's Seattle Slew on the inside. Run Dusty Run and Spirit Level have both moved up alongside. It's Seattle Slew holding on, however, and now he pulls away to a length again. Spirit Level is second ahead, and Run Dusty Run is third. A gap of 4 back, and it's Sanhedrin in fourth. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Then it's Iron Constitution moving to 6, Sir, and Make Amends. 3/4 of a mile in 1:14. They're moving on the turn. Still Seattle Slew, and he has it by 2. Run Dusty Run and Spirit Level are battling together, second and third. Beginning to close a bit, Sanhedrin is fourth and closer. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Iron Constitution in a furious drive is driving along the rail. They're coming on the turn with Seattle Slew still the leader. Seattle Slew 1 mile and 1:38 4/5 now leads by a half. Still on the outside now, Sanhedrin is taken over. Then it's Run Dusty Run, swinging to the extreme outside, Iron Constitution. In the stretch, here he comes, and he's opening it up again. It's Seattle Slew, and he's drawing clear of the field. Seattle Slew has 4 lengths on Run Dusty Run. It's Run Dusty Run in second and Sanhedrin third. They're clearing the finish line. It's still Seattle Slew, and he's opened it out to 4.5. Then Run Dusty Run and Sanhedrin. They're coming onto the wire, and it's all over with. John Krugay looks back. He Run Dusty Run is second, 2.5. Sanhedrin is third. And then it's Mr. Red Wing in fourth. Quite a finish, quite a surprising finish as he went it almost any way he liked it. Just at the head of the stretch, taking over and going away. Here's Seattle Slew at the finish line, 3.5 lengths, and Run Dusty Run, although courageous, could not make any ground whatsoever on him throughout the stretch. Now, once again, let's take a look. Now, here's Jean Cruguet. He reached back right there, and he wrapped him one time right-handed, took a look over his shoulder, and he said, goodbye, folks. It's all over with for today. This horse is once again doing just exactly what they ask of him. Cruguet here, there's the right-handed whip, and you see it clearly. It wasn't even cocked. He just kind of wrapped him lightly with it. Now a hand ride, looking back over his left shoulder, back over his right shoulder, and Jean Cruguet said, that's plenty, Slew. That'll be all we need today. Seattle Slew coming onto the wire in graceful motion. Now, the winner of the Belmont Stakes at a time of 2:29 3/5.
Well, the key to a victory like this is a word, and the word is relaxation. John Cruguet had always felt that he could make it if he'd get this horse to relax. He told me privately he had every intention, and look at him checking back to see if there's anyone chasing him. And the rhythm you are watching now is not the urgent rhythm of a threatened rider or a tired horse. It is the systematic, simple, pumping motion to keep a champion going, and listen to the acclaim he gets for what you are watching now. On his right lead, comfortable, crossing the line, a Triple Crown winner, undefeated. There he is, raising the whip for the first time, Jack, in the entire race in acclaim.
And listen to this crowd. What a happy, happy jockey. What a happy, happy owners. What happy, happy people here. And here they are. That's Sally and Jim Hill, Karen Taylor. All the connections down here with Governor Carey and Denny Phipps, the chairman of the New York Racing Association. Here he comes into winner's circle. The blanket of carnations.
And a small blanket is due Jean Cruguet, Jack. Suffered criticism, proved he was a brilliant rider, used his background European to make this horse relax, and he went 1.5 miles as though he'd go 9 miles.
Well, if Slew couldn't get through the parking lot today, he sure got through the 1.5 miles of brown sand here. All right, we'll be back with a rerun of this thrilling Belmont Stakes in just a moment. This race is official. Seattle Slew playing 280, 260, and 220. Run Dusty Run paying 320, 240, and Sanhedrin paying 260. Here's the horse being led back. And now here is Jean Cruguet. And Jean, have you anything you'd like to say?
I'm happy. What can I say? It's great.
John, it was what you said to me that relaxation would be the key.
I always say that I couldn't ride the way I want in the Derby in the Preakness. I have to use him because I got a bad start and outside post, but I know if you break it, you don't ask him, he go nowhere.
Well, let's take a look at the race together and tell us what you mean. You had no rabbits this time.
No, I got the outside the horse come, and I went fast and I won. I know I was slow, but I wasn't go a little slow. And the 9 horse, I know he's going to go, and I don't understand why he go, because he didn't have no chance to go after me. He won't have finished nowhere.
That's split.
I know if I had the 9 horse, I would take back to last and hope for the best. And you can go like that, and he never go on to turn, he'd come to me.
I didn't see the fraction, Jean, but were you very comfortable here at this juncture?
I went 24, 48.
Well, there they are, 24 and 348 and 2. You were just clicking it off.
Yeah, he just got up.
And do you think this took anything out of him at all, John?
No, not today. He's dead fit. When I was dead fit, it don't hurt him. He's like me, when I'm fit, I can go twice hard.
Very good. Well,
Thank you very much, Jean
Thank you so much. God bless you. Good luck.
There's a man who must be very happy tonight. Frank, you've been telling me a lot of stories. I particularly like the one when Angel Pena called him after the Derby and said, you can come back to France now. They think you're a Frenchman again. Because he used to get booed riding in France. They'd say, go home, Yankee, go home.
They call him an American bum.
Well, after today, they'll probably give him the Legion of Honor.
He will definitely get that. And, Jack, he deserves it. He keeps telling you, as many European riders that are trained there, or Angel Cordero here, the key is relax. and he had those rabbits after him the first part of the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness, and today they let him have it on his own. Forget it. And look who is here.
Bill Turner.
Congratulations, partner.
Well,
Just fine. How are you?
Well, I'll tell you, what an experience. It's really hard to believe. I feel like a coach standing on the sidelines watching a super athlete perform.
Bill,
he was super. Here he is here.
What about it in the stretch, Bill? Were you confident that the fractions were slow enough?
Well, when I saw they went a half a mile 48 and something, it was all over.
Yeah, if they let you get away with being in front in that kind of a leisurely pace, it was going to be virtually impossible to come from behind, I think.
Exactly.
Now, what about the 10 pounds?
You know that.
What about the 10,000 pounds of pressure off your back right now? Where are we?
No, somebody's told me it'd get easier, but I all of a sudden realized it's not going to get easier. It's going to get more difficult.
But you got a lovely owner. That helps a lot. Karen Taylor looking at the last of the victory lane. Look at now. Your thoughts right now. Look at it.
He's the greatest horse that ever is. There ever was.
Well, your trainer's done a great job. Everybody wishes you the best. And look at that impressive drawing out win. Seattle Slew, Triple Crown winner, and undefeated. Jack, he is something else.
He certainly is something else. I know you'll wait till tomorrow morning to make any further decisions on what will happen, and we certainly hope he's come out sound. He certainly looked at going back to the barn.
Well, he certainly overcomes the mediocrity around him, I'm sure.
Doesn't he, Red?
You're very modest.
All right, how about a word from you, Sally Lou?
I'm so happy. I don't know if I can talk. It's wonderful.
Well, we talked to all you people beforehand. Your plans are still the same. You'll wait till tomorrow morning to check on his condition before future campaigns.
Right. Jack, we're going to give him some time off. We don't know how long. It won't be that long, but he won't run in the next month or so.
Yeah. Would you like a confrontation which gets delicious to dirty people like myself with Forgo?
Well, the thing is, when you meet a horse like that, you have to be good because he's a great horse.
Yes.
He's a great horse, and you want to. It's only good if the two horses are good at the same time, and then it's a great test because, let's face it, he has proven that he could do anything that a man could ask of him, and he is one great racehorse.
Absolutely. Governor Carey, do you have anything to say to these nice people from the state of Washington here?
I want to say to the people of the great Northwest that we're proud that you won the greatest horse race in America. New York is the racing state. New York is the racing state. I said before, don't be nervous. You're wearing the right colors, and your great jockey, Jean Couquet, took the horse right to the front in New York style, kept him there. So you've won the greatest horse race in America, and I invite you now to bring this great animal to the oldest horse race in America, to the Travers in Saratoga. New York is a racing state, and you have the greatest horse in America today at this time. So on to Saratoga, and God bless you.
Well, thank you. But in the state of Washington, it's Seattle Slew Day today.
May well be. I understand this horse used to be called Huey because he was uncoordinated. But he's a coordinated horse now, and Huey loves him, this Huey. And I won on him, too. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Governor.
Dr. Jim Hill, do you think he came out of the race for what you saw the way you'd want it?
Yes, sir. He looked like he came out just beautifully. It was an easy race for him, I think.
Well, I'm inclined to agree with you. Your rider felt that it was not as difficult as the previous two legs of the Triple Crown, and I know you're proud of him.
I really am. It was just a great thrill.
Mickey Taylor, what about you?
Oh, it's fantastic. You know, we said that this would be the easiest leg because this is his, you know, today they had to come to us. This is our gymnasium, and he showed that the home team can win.
It's tough to beat a man in his own backyard, and they couldn't do it today. What about it, Jack?
Well, I think so.
I want to in and just congratulate them because I couldn't be happier. We had dinner with them a couple of days ago. They are the loveliest people, and nobody deserves it more. God bless both of you, and all the luck in the world. Thank you.
Well, that's congratulations, Karen, really. All right, Governor, go up and cash your tickets here now.
No tax.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's been a marvelous Triple Crown season, and of course it doesn't mean the end of the three-year-old season yet. Seattle Slew has a lot of racing ahead of them, we hope. Tomorrow morning they will make a decision, as you heard earlier, or perhaps if you joined the slate you didn't, that if he is sound and if he is all right, they'll give him a little time off, and then we'll definitely race him as a 4-year-old, and isn't that magnificent? We have Miss Secretariat not coming back as a 4-year-old and others, but economic dictates that, but these people are going to let the money go for a while and keep him around, and won't that be grand? It is a great tribute to all of them. To Dr. Jim Hill, who picked him out of a yearling sale that anybody in the country could have gone to and bought him for $17,500. To his trainer, Mr. Turner Jr., who just did it the right way, did he not, Frank? That is into your bailiwick here, but I can't tell you how really impressed I am with all the connections of Seattle Slew.
Well, from the song of the same name, he did it his way, and it was the right way, and this horse he has right now as good as he'll ever want to be. I'm proud to be a trainer in his category, if I could think of it that way, Jack.
Thank you, Frank. So that was it. History again here at Belmont Park as we have our second Triple Crown winner now in 4 years, Seattle Slew, joining Secretariat here the decade of the 70s.